And here we have two of the servers I picked up. I have one opened up over here. They're 8-core Xeons. They're only 2.2 gigahertz, but that's plenty for what I'm going to be doing with them. They'll take up to 32 gigs of RAM, and they have 12 hard drive bays with a built-in LSI card. Hey everyone, welcome back to Dirt Pickle. This is week 9. I got a bit more done. I spent another day working upstairs and then in the bedroom and bathroom that I've all torn out. And then I went down to the other bedroom and did some work in the basement. All in all, about 20 hours of work or so this week. Didn't get a ton of footage, but I did start some stuff already. And you can see some of it right here behind me. So I cleared out all the shelves in preparation for tearing down this ceiling. This drywall is what you see from the bedroom. It's basically the bathroom and the bedroom right above here. So this is actually right by where the bathtub was and the toilet. And there's several joists there that have to go. And when the joists come out, the drywall is going to have to come with it. And I'll just have to redo something temporary until I'm ready to do the kitchen. And then there is one joist in this area, maybe a little bit further over, that has to come out and get replaced. So there'll be another line cut through this kitchen area. So I had to clear everything out in preparation for that. These shelves will have to go, and I'm probably gonna have to take some of this crappy wood paneling out to do some stuff. And my little charging station will have to go outside. In the meantime, I've moved everything out here. Use some of this space again. All right, so I've removed the bathtub. It's sitting over here. It was actually lighter than I thought it was gonna be. A couple pieces of subfloor. I gotta yank the nails and cut them up so they're easier to get out of here. But I'd mentioned in a previous video that part of this subfloor needed to be replaced because it was moving around a bit. This piece here is it's got some termite damage, doesn't get the whole length, got some termite damage, and it's severely rotted from the water. So I gotta completely replace it. Unfortunately, as you can see here, so it starts there and it runs down and underneath this door. So I have to remove the door in order to properly replace that piece. Basically, it's gonna be supported underneath this wall here. So it's quite a bit of material to remove to get to it, but it'll be doable. Just a little bit. I was hoping I could leave the hallway for now. And then we come over here, the bathtub is removed. And fortunately, none of this water damage or termite damage really went further underneath. Some of the termites, it appears that what they did is they came down here and they hooked a right. They explored this piece a little bit, not too much. And then they went over here, but they didn't eat their way there. I know they're downstairs. They made it downstairs in the kitchen, but I don't know how they got down there. So whatever path they took to get down there is gonna be eaten up as well. But either way, I'm going to replace this piece here, these two pieces, and this one is the one with a really minor damage I showed you last week. And I may do some reconfiguring of these so I don't have to take big fat notches out of the joist to run the plumbing. And I think I'm gonna ultimately replace all of the drain that's above this joint with PVC, and then slowly as I work my way towards the basement with the plumbing, just replace all the drainage with PVC so I can get rid of this cast iron and there's no longer a risk of failing. As you saw, I was removing wallpaper from this room. Got all that done. I gave the wall a good sanding, and then I've been going over and patching holes. So I need to cover up on this one more. I need to work in this corner some. I've already ordered the primer and paint for this room. I'm gonna go back with the original color of blue, but not quite that blue, more of a lighter bluish gray. And I think I'm gonna do this wall, and this wall in that blue, and then this ceiling and this wall and the closet in white. It'll get kind of a brighter look. I need to get these rooms, this room and the red room over there, ready to rent out, but I can get this one done sooner. So I figure I'm gonna go ahead and get it done. And doing the sanding, especially once the mud was in place, creates a massive amount of dust. So this is not a heat register, it's actually an intake going back to the furnace. So I blocked it off to keep dust out of the system. My dryer was finally delivered last week, and I got it all hooked up. Works great, works fantastic. But this is kind of how projects kind of work here. So I came down here to get some clothes out of the dryer, and one of the tiles was loose on the floor. So then I grabbed the shovel and I started popping tiles off the floor. And then I was like, well, I can't get all the tiles off if all the stuff is in the way. So I removed all the shelving and the table and all the stuff. There was still some loose stuff around here, and I removed all the shelving and everything from here. And right now this is all the tile and the thing from the window. But this is all the tile from this whole room. And I removed the tile from the creepy bathroom, shower room. But that's kind of how it goes. I go to do something distracts me, and then I get lost doing this other project. But this is the last of the stuff left over from the woman that lived here. So I just need to slowly bag this stuff up. These things will all go out to the garage to go on the next dumpster. They'll get broken up. But the rest of the stuff, I just need to slowly just bag it up and set it next to the trash can on Friday mornings. And I can put 3 bags out there a week, and it'll just slowly disappear. And then once I get this room cleaned out, I can tear out this wall. There's a steel I-beam up here, so it's not a problem. I can tear out this wall, and then tear that cabinet out, and these shelves I'll leave the sink. And then it'll actually be cleaned up. So after tearing up the floor, I couldn't just leave the pile over here. I had to clean it up. I still need to vacuum this floor with the mulching vacuum. It's quite dusty down here, but it's significantly better. It turns out this is plexiglass. This one's real glass, that one's real glass. So I find that interesting. But it's much better. The shelves are gone. A bunch of spiders in here that have been evicted by foot. And this room, I just need to kind of tear it up some. I was throwing all the stuff in here, but I cleaned it out. I just need to take down this wall and this door this week, and this cabinet off the wall. And then I'm gonna take all the drawings and plans and stuff, the blueprints from upstairs, and bring them down here and throw them on the shelves. This stuff gotta go. There was an outlet attached to the bottom of the shelf I didn't know was here until I pulled it out, and now I'm left with that. But I think there's an outlet on the other side of the wall here. And I'm pretty confident that the wires that are hanging out the wall on the other side just come to this box. So I should be able to pop this off the wall, pop the wires out, put this back together, and I'll be set. I did make an interesting discovery on this sink. It's got 2 outlets here, and neither of them is warm water. I was freezing my hands off trying to wash the drywalling tools, and then I eventually walked over and I looked at the piping layout on the other side, and nope, no hot water over here at all. And this trap leaks and drips into this bucket, and I'm not sure of the floor layout if the bucket is actually needed, so that's fun. Out here it was starting to look like a hobo camp with all the stuff I had thrown out the glass door out here, and I'd thrown a bunch of stuff from the bedroom window up there out here. So I spent probably an hour or hour and a half cleaning up all the junk out here. So now it's back in the pile in the garage, and I think I've come up with a plan to start removing that stuff a bit cheaper as well. And this here, I believe, is a spare motor for the gable fan upstairs. So I don't want to toss it out. There's a bunch of bearings for it that I set aside as well. So I need to find somebody in town, test it, see if it actually works, and if so, I've got a spare.